There are 100 billion planets in our galaxy, the Milky Way, according to NASA and other astronomical sources. But there's only one planet ever found that is capable of hosting life, Earth. This finding is exactly what you'd expect to find according to the Bible, which is why many people believe that the end-time deception spoken of in the Bible will include the claim of extraterrestrial life as a way of refuting Christianity and turning people away from the Bible and toward the Antichrist, as 2 Thessalonians 2:8-10 says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved." Regardless, those of us who believe the Bible know that the only so-called aliens in our universe are devils. They're deceivers. They pretend to be your close relative if you contact them in seances or use mediums with a familiar spirit, or they may appear as a ghostly image of your loved one. Or they enter hallucinations induced by mushrooms and other mind-altering drugs. They may pretend to be a dead relative or pretend to be an alien. And it's possible these devils appear to people who have simply opened themselves up to such contact by rejecting Jesus Christ and adopting meditation techniques or thought patterns that are in line with the occult and not biblical prayer meditation. This can also be induced by pharmaceutical drugs, so you have to be very careful with those as well. Satan has 1,000 ways to fool you, and only by becoming a born-again child of God, filled with His Spirit, as you stay in God's Word with prayer and humility, can you hope to avoid all such deception. So there are many people who would never go to a witch or a wizard or medium of any sort, but they've bought into the alien deception. Despite the fact that there's no legit scientific evidence that shows any intelligent life, or any life at all for that matter, on any other planet that other than our own Goldilocks planet of Earth. And the delusion is already setting in. In an interview dated February 14th or 15th, 2026, former President Barack Obama made headlines when podcaster Brian Tyler Cohen asked a lightning round question, "Are aliens real?" Obama answered saying, "They're real, but I haven't seen them." And the reason that was such big news was because all the other presidents have avoided coming right out and saying emphatically that they believe in aliens with such blunt terms as Obama used. Some claim that the former President Ronald Reagan believed in aliens, but the only thing Reagan was on record saying is that he once saw an unidentified flying object, a UFO, that exhibited flight speed and patterns that aren't possible or weren't possible with the current technology at the time he saw them. And before Reagan, there was Jimmy Carter, who filed an official report about his own UFO sighting, but he said that in a quote, it was a flying object that was unidentified, but I've never believed it came from Mars. I know enough physics to know that vehicles can't fly from Mars, look around, and then return, end quote. But that's not how such things are reported and understood much of the time. I talk to people all the time who think presidents have said there are aliens, and this was before Obama's emphatic statement. It almost seems like there's a desire by a large amount of people today to be deceived. The Bible is ignored. Pseudoscience rules the day. It rules the so-called scientific community today. We live in an age of lies. And that brings us back to the text I just quoted, 2 Timothy 2. We pick up where we left off with verse 11 and read 11 and 12. "And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness." Believe God's word. Believe the gospel.